Alright, hi guys, and welcome to the first game of Nony's replay packet. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna do all of Nony's replays from GhostToGamers.net, and just because he's actually a player that I've grown to like quite a bit. So to get things started, this is actually a game from the WCG, last year's WCG, and this is gonna be played on the Peaks of Beakdu here. So this should be pretty exciting. He's actually playing Day 9, which is actually Tasteless's brother. So we have Nony spawning at the 1 o'clock position, and we have Day 9 spawning at the 7 o'clock position. So the Tasteless family, or the Plot family, I guess you could say, quite a talented family. Yeah, Day 9 definitely probably the better StarCraft player out of them, but Tasteless is making a pretty successful career out of commentating, as we all know. But yeah, this is from 2007 WCG, so I'm not even sure. I think this is a best out of 3. I saw a couple games on there, so I think it is a best out of 3, so I'm going to commentate this series for right now. And we do see a pylon going up here in Nony's base. And yeah, Nony, he's actually he's in clan RC right now, I think it is. And then we have Day 9, of course, with Meet Your Makers, MYM. But yeah, Nony's actually changed clans quite a bit. But yeah, something about this map is the pathfinding is actually quite a pain. It takes a while to get to you from your opponent's base here, and it doesn't look like he's going to wait. Yeah, he's actually going to throw up a gateway here, so we might be seeing some one gate tech here from Nony, and this is actually a very possible build on a map like this because FE build wouldn't be too productive just because it's such a long distance between the maps. All right, so we are going to see an overpool here from Day 9, and yeah. Day 9, I know, I'm trying to think. I remember listening to Tasteless commentaries. He's actually trained with some now pro gamers in Korea, so this is a very strong Zerg player. And one thing to note about Nony is now he's actually, shout out to him. He definitely, he won. He came in second place in the Courage Tournament. Got the farthest that any foreigner has ever in the Courage Tournament. We are going to see a double gate here from Nony. He's going to try to put some early pressure on here and see what he can do. So now it's going to come down to the micro here for Day 9. Day 9 is going to come down to his Ling micro. Zealots are very strong against Ling, but so it's up to the Zerg to get the surround here. Hatchery going down at the natural expansion now for Day 9, and now the Overlord is finally arriving. The slow Overlord. But yeah, I really started doing Nony. I watched several of his replays. I watched his growth through the Spirit Tournament and watched him win that, and then basically like read about. I didn't watch all the games from or they were kind of hard to find, but watched the World Cyber Games. He basically crushed all competition at the World Cyber Games this year, and which he wasn't really supposed to, I guess. I mean, he was definitely favored, but it was supposed to be Idra's or Idra. I don't know why he says it like that, But yeah, Idra was actually supposed to win it all, but basically Nony just crushed all his competition here. And Scouting Probe's still alive for Nony, and he's going to be able to see this hatchery going down. He's going to really have a good idea of what his Zerg opponent is doing here. Ling's out, and we might see some pressure on here. This one Zealot. Okay, he's got to be careful here, but yeah, he is going to have 2 more Zealots flooding the scene house here. He's going to try to put some aggression on it. It's important that he does get some kills, but actually, Day 9 with quite a few Lings kill, he's going to have to get a nice surround, though, because a force of 3 Zealots this early in the game is actually quite a seizable force here. So here come the Zealots here, and he's going to try to get some drone kills while trying to kill off these Lings. Drones transferring now. Another hatchery warping in here. We are going to see, all right, Day 9's going to back off here, going to try to get a surround in here. Pretty decent micro here by both players. Nony backing off, keeping all of them alive. Nony's going to have to back off. I think there's too many Lings here, and he realizes that. So, yeah, Day 9 doing a nice job reading this so far. One Ling, he's going to try to use the ramp to his advantage, and now Day 9 needs to back off. Zealots on a ramp is very, very strong, and Day 9 actually going to slip a few through, going to get a nice surround here, but really losing quite a few Lings there. He needed to back off and give up the ramp there. A little mistake there by Day 9, but yes, both these players are probably better now than they were back here. I mean, Nony's been practicing with Istro for about a month now. I think he's been in Korea practicing Istro for a month. I think that's how long. But so basically like 12-hour days or whatever he's been practicing with the B team, and has gotten a lot better. Cybernetics Core and Cybernetics Core now warping up here. So he has quite a few Zealots out here. So it's up to now the Sunken Colony's going up for Day 9. He realizes he has to hold this or that's it. So this is a best out of 3. The winner of this, I'm not actually sure what round this is for the World Cyber Games. Because it was last year's, I had some trouble finding information out about that. But yeah, he has quite a few Zealots here. He's just going to camp outside. He might try to go in again, but worst comes to worst, Nony is forcing Day 9 to spend quite a few minerals producing all those Sunken Colonies here. Overlord's still sitting over base, so Day 9 really knows what his opponent's doing, but the Stargate and Citadel warping in, so he's going to try to get the +1 and speed upgrade. And here come the Zealots. They're going to come in and seal out the sunken colonies. No, and they're going to know that they're not going to be too effective, so they're going to back off. But really, that did spend quite a few minerals. Day 9 had to spend quite a few minerals to be able to hold that off, so that does help a little bit. But Nony has a lot of Zealots, actually. He might try to be aggressive here. These Lings are going to come out. These Lings need to stay with their sunken colony support. A couple Lings going to get picked off a little carelessly there, but he's trying to bait him into trying to get hit by the sunken colonies. But Nony not going to fall for that one here. And yeah, another Hydralisk Den now warping in here. Corsair is out, I think. Or Corsair is, never mind, in the making here. And speed upgrade should be starting fairly soon here. And now the Templar Archives is going up here. So we are actually going to, I think we're going to see some DT play here. Because it would be a little early for Storm, I feel. Zealots coming in, just still camping outside. So right now, Nony's in a comfortable situation surrounding. He knows he can play the macro game now. I'm expecting him to take his expansion fairly soon. More Sunken Colonies going up for Day 9. So Day 9's going to rely more on Sunken Colonies than the Ling production to hold this attack off here. And could be the right thing to do. Ling going to go to the top left right now, and Day 9 doing a nice job of scouting Nony's expansion. Nony is now taking his natural expansion here, and this Corsair is going to go get this Overlord hunting. That's kind of weird. Generally, you see the first Corsair go straight to the base to see what their Zerg opponent is doing, and then go Corsair hunting, but this one's going to kill the Corsair, or kill the Overlord on the way here. Second Extractor warping in here, and that's actually a big deal. Second gas, obviously, for Zerg. It's really important that they do hold that layer. He's teching to layer now, and so really now he's going to have to back off. Now there's quite a few sunken colonies. This one Corsair is going to take it out. Hydralisks are out, obviously, to control the Corsair hunting, and that's a trouble that I've been talking to a couple Zergs, or a couple people have messaged me on YouTube, a couple Zerg players, and that's actually something that they really struggle with in the early game. At the amateur level is really Corsair hunting, and it's actually, don't feel too bad if you're a Zerg player getting owned by Corsairs, and because it's actually something it's really something hard to get good at and try to keep your Overlords alive. This Overlord is gonna fall. Oh no, it's not. That Hydralisk saved his life. That is a true hero Hydralisk here. But yeah, Nony has his expansion running. Photon cannons up. He's going to try to play the macro game here, and I feel this is the right call here. DTs should be out on the field fairly quickly. Oh, he did. Wow, he did go for High Templars. Whoa. He's actually going to go for very quick High Templars here. He's going to try to land a couple key storms. He could actually see a storm drop. That's a possibility. Corsairs going Overlord hunting, trying to get as many Overlord kills as they can. Another creep, another sunken colony coming up here. So he's really just going to go off 2 bases here. I'm surprised he hasn't taken his 3rd base quite yet. And we are seeing Lurker form here, so we are going to see some Lurker action here. And I'm expecting to see more Lings come out on the field for Day 9. Second gas warping in, that will help with the production of the High Templars. And that's actually, I'm really surprised he did go for High Templars. I thought we were going to see DTs, but those are actually really early High Templars, and he's going to really have to, he's going to land prime. We could possibly be seeing a storm drop. There is a couple spaces. He could do one right here, or he could even do one behind the main and get a lot of drone kills. And drones are so big for the Zerg army, obviously, or for the Zerg, because like every other race, Terran and Protoss, they make workers from one building, and then they make units from another building. But for Zerg, because they make all the workers and units from the same building, then when you kill their drones, you're making them make drones, and their army's just going to be smaller because of that. Yeah, Day 9, actually, I forgot to say this, but Day 9, we do have several Lurkers warping in here. Day 9 is actually quite a hilarious guy as well. Definitely want you guys to go watch it. I think I watched it on Google. Yeah, you can go to ghostsugamers.net and find the link, but he actually did a stand-up comedy at his graduation, I think. Yeah, and it was about eHarmony, and it was seriously hilarious. Like, man, I mean, he should be like a stand-up comedian and then just play StarCraft on the side. It's pretty funny. Lurker's going to go to the bottom right here, and he's going to take another expansion as well, and Nony's actually taking this expansion up here, so Nony's in a comfortable macro lead here, but we are, Lurker's coming up here. I thought we might see the Zerg double expand, but I don't think that's the call. Day 9 expanding in the bottom right here, so pretty heavy macro game here, not